I get on out of here. I had to talk about a story that's very, very important. And albeit indirectly, it involves...
Nobody saw this coming. Hold up, but the entire landscape of professional basketball just shifted for good. And if you thought this offseason was about to be quiet, you clearly haven't been paying attention to what's been happening behind the scenes. Rumors have been building for weeks now, with whispers moving through league circles, but it took one of the loudest voices in sports media to finally blow this whole thing wide open and send the basketball world into chaos. Stephen A. Smith just went on national television and completely set the internet on fire with the confirmation nobody was truly ready for, dropping a massive truth bomb that changes everything heading into the next season. He didn't tease a small roster tweak or some low-level free agency move. He laid out the blueprint for a full-on power shift, and he said it loud and clear. Sophie Cunningham is on her way to the Indiana Fever. The goal behind this move? To create what could easily become one of the most polarizing, electric, and feared duos in recent sports history, alongside generational talent Caitlin Clark. Just that statement alone sent shockwaves across rival front offices, with the veteran analyst making it clear this wasn't speculation, but a calculated and intentional move by an Indiana franchise determined to protect their superstar. This front office knew they had to move fast, realizing they couldn't leave their franchise player exposed to another brutally physical season if they truly wanted to build something special. But as explosive as that TV moment was, listen, the real story runs way deeper than just adding another name to the roster. It's rooted in a season filled with heated rivalries, quiet locker room tension, and undeniable jealousy. And what led up to this moment would shock even the most die-hard basketball fans. The spark behind this league-shifting decision goes all the way back to the brutal reality of Caitlin Clark's rookie season, which, let's be real, was nothing short of a physical and mental war from the opening tip. From the second she stepped onto that professional court, it was obvious a huge target was on her back. Veteran players took every chance they could to test her and welcome her to the league in the toughest way possible. We all saw those cheap shots play out on national TV, the unnecessary shoulder bumps when the ball wasn't even in play, and those blatant, flagrant fouls that somehow kept going unpunished by the officials. And the overall level of hostility, listen, had fans and analysts completely outraged. This wasn't just tough physical defense. It felt like a coordinated, league-wide effort to intimidate a rookie phenomenon. A quiet but powerful message from the veterans that her college dominance and media hype wouldn't slide at the pro level. Analysts kept pointing out that the animosity thrown her way came from pure envy over the endorsements, the signature shoe deals, and the massive spotlight she brought to a league that's long fought for mainstream attention. The Indiana Fever roster, while loaded with talent and promising young pieces, just didn't have that gritty, no-nonsense enforcer mentality to shut the bullying down for good. Aaliyah Boston and Kelsey Mitchell are elite talents and great teammates, but they're not the type to get in someone's face, spark confrontation, and risk a tech to defend their point guard. Fever management watched their franchise star take hit after hit, realizing that if they didn't add real toughness, the physical toll would eventually be too much for anyone to handle. They needed a bodyguard, someone willing to be the villain, absorb the criticism, and take pressure off their superstar, which led them straight to the most explosive option available. But the real reason why Sophie Cunningham is the perfect fit goes way beyond just throwing elbows in the paint. When you scan the league for a player who brings intensity, fearlessness, and a lethal scoring edge, Sophie's name jumps out instantly. This is someone who built her entire reputation on being a relentless competitor, the kind of player who never backs down and thrives in pure on-court chaos and high-pressure moments. She brings that tough, gritty energy that perfectly complements a superstar like Caitlin Clark, who draws non-stop defensive attention every single night. She's known for the trash talk, the swagger, the bold presence, and her ability to get completely under opponents' skin, making her the exact type of player teams hate facing. But don't get it twisted, it would be a huge mistake to label her as just an agitator. Cunningham is also an elite and efficient three-point shooter, a player who can drop 20 points casually while also throwing off the entire mental rhythm of the opposing team. And if anyone even thinks about taking a cheap shot at a teammate, Sophie is right there in their face, making it crystal clear that kind of behavior won't fly while she's on the court. Now, imagine this. Pairing that level of ride-or-die aggression with Caitlin Clark's elite scoring ability and next-level court vision creates something we rarely see in today's game. It's a rare mix, high-level skill combined with straight-up intimidation. The media caught on to that synergy immediately, pointing out that Sophie Cunningham isn't heading to Indiana just to sit back and play a quiet bench role. She's coming in to set the tone, shift the energy, and flip that locker room culture completely. Are the days of teams thinking they can bully the Indiana Fever with no consequences? Yeah, those days are done. Now it's a whole new era, one built on pressure, presence, and payback. But listen, the way this deal actually came together behind closed doors is even crazier than what we'll see on the court. The real drama happened out of the spotlight, and it was heavily fueled by a non-stop media push led by Stephen A. Smith, who seemed to know what was coming way before anyone else. For months, he used his platform on daily TV to call out Indiana's front office, telling them straight up, "Wake up, watch the film, and realize the generational talent you have and are failing to protect." He didn't sugarcoat anything, using his signature style to expose league jealousy, questionable officiating, and pushing Fever executives to stop playing it safe and start building something dominant. And here's the twist: they were listening the whole time. Behind the scenes, they were quietly working through complex back-channel talks to figure out how to land Sophie without triggering a bidding war they couldn't win. At the same time, rumors were already leaking about serious tension within the Phoenix Mercury organization, talk of salary cap issues, internal disagreements about the team's future, and a roster that was slipping further away from real championship contention. Cunningham, realizing her own value as a veteran leader and the massive career-changing spotlight that comes with playing next to Caitlin Clark, reportedly made it very clear behind closed doors that she was ready for a new chapter. The negotiations were extremely delicate, especially with whispers of tampering allegations and concerns about unfair advantages being thrown around. But Indiana's experienced front office handled the situation with precision, control, and complete secrecy. They understood that landing this move would instantly transform the Indiana Fever from a promising young team into a full-blown championship threat overnight. The ink was barely dry on the paperwork before the green light was given to release the news, and that alone triggered immediate panic across the league. But the real basketball impact of this move, listen, is even more terrifying when you break down the X's and O's. From a pure tactical standpoint, putting Sophie Cunningham on the floor next to Caitlin Clark creates a nightmare scenario for any defensive coordinator in the league. Just think about the gravity Caitlin already commands. She's constantly drawing aggressive double teams the second she crosses half court, forcing defenses to stretch themselves thin just to contain her. Last season, Indiana struggled in clutch moments because when teams trapped Caitlin, the perimeter shooting around her wasn't always consistent enough to punish those decisions. Now enter Sophie, someone who thrives in exactly those high-pressure catch-and-shoot moments, capable of knocking down momentum-shifting threes with zero hesitation. If defenses blitz Caitlin, she now has a reliable outlet pass to a veteran shooter who can knock it down and immediately turn the energy back on the opponent. It forces defenses into a brutal choice every possession. Do you let one of the most dangerous shooters in the game get open looks, or do you leave a fiery veteran wide open in the corner? This pairing stretches the floor in a way that completely pulls rim protectors out of the paint, opens driving lanes, and sends Indiana's offensive efficiency through the roof. Analysts have already broken it down on social media, explaining that this isn't just about talent, it's about adding the exact type of complementary skill set that maximizes a superstar's impact. It transforms Indiana's offense from predictable to nearly impossible to guard, while also boosting the team's confidence knowing they always have a reliable safety valve. And the reaction across the basketball world proved just how dangerous this setup really is. The moment the news hit the timeline, you could feel it. Rival teams and fan bases immediately spiraled into chaos. Social media erupted into a wave of debates, hot takes, and straight-up panic. Opposing coaches are suddenly scrambling, staring at their whiteboards like everything they planned just got wiped out in real time. Because one single calculated move has completely shattered their entire defensive blueprint for the Indiana Fever. And now, players who used to take pride in pushing the rookie around are realizing something very different. Next season, those same antics might come with real consequences. Because now, they've got to deal with someone like Sophie Cunningham, and she is not backing down from anybody. Whether it's a hard foul in the paint, a stray elbow, or a heated exchange during a dead ball, she's meeting it head-on every time. And listen, that changes everything. The psychological balance in the league is shifting fast. Indiana is no longer just the fun young team people root for. They're transforming into something else entirely. A brash, confident, aggressive squad that's perfectly comfortable being the villain. And honestly, the sports media machine is eating this up because they know rivalries and controversies sell. Now here's where it gets even bigger, because beyond the X's and O's, there's a massive financial angle to all of this. The marketing upside of pairing these personalities together is basically a gold mine waiting to explode. Caitlin O'Mark is already the most marketable star in the league, driving ratings, selling out arenas, and bringing millions of new eyes to the women's game. And adding Sophie into that mix with her own viral moments, strong personality, and growing fan base turns Indiana into a full-on entertainment powerhouse. Every game suddenly becomes must-watch TV because fans know they're getting elite basketball mixed with high-intensity drama. Jersey sales are expected to fly, ticket prices are already climbing, and broadcast partners are fully locked in on these matchups. And at the center of it all is a perfect storm, elite talent meeting pure entertainment value, showing that Indiana's front office understands exactly what modern sports audiences actually want. They aren't just building a competitive basketball team anymore. They're building a full-blown global entertainment franchise, a system designed to capitalize on the spotlight, lock in financial dominance, and secure relevance for the next decade. And listen, pundits have already stepped in front of cameras, taking victory laps, saying they called this exact model from the beginning. That mix of elite talent and undeniable swagger, they said that was always going to be the key to the league's next level of growth. Because the combination of high-level basketball, fierce competitiveness, and reality TV-style drama is exactly what takes the sport into a new era. Now, as we look ahead to the upcoming season, the entire narrative is completely flipped. The pressure on this newly formed, controversial duo is going to be massive from day one. Fans and critics are going to be watching every single move under a microscope. Every pass, every miss, every interaction with opponents or referees, nothing is going unnoticed. And the media cycle is going to be relentless, constantly hunting for locker room tension while also hyping up any side of chemistry. It creates a pressure cooker environment that demands serious mental toughness to survive. But if there are two players built for that kind of spotlight, it's undeniably Caitlin Clark and Sophie Cunningham. Both have spent their careers proving doubters wrong and thriving under the brightest lights. They share that relentless competitive edge, the kind that refuses to lose a single possession without a fight. And this isn't just about wins anymore. It's about sending a league-wide message that a new era has arrived in Indiana. The spark came from the explosive confirmation by Stephen A. Smith, and now it's turned into a full-blown storm. What follows could become one of the most intense, physical, and entertaining seasons we've ever seen. And in the end, the question is simple. Does this aggressive new Indiana roster take over the league, or does the pressure and target on their backs become their downfall?